Today we are going to see the lymph node, a secondary organ. Okay. Why secondary organs are termed as secondary organs? If you see the primary organs, what are the primary organs? In the last lecture we had seen the primary organs. Primary organs are the organs where the development take place. Okay, synthesis take place. In the secondary organ, the main immune response is there. For example, if you see the beta cell which are synthesized in bone marrow, okay, they are synthesized as immature cells. That's seen in the last lecture. But when they travels to the lymph node, they get matured when they come in contact with the antigen. It means that this, what we are going to say is a lymph node is a site of the secondary response. Primary, it is a synthesis of the maturation of the B cell. The main response of immune system is observed in the secondary response. So for this purpose, today we are going to see the lymph node. So what is lymphatic system? If you know the lymphatic system, we have the blood system, blood where the blood is circulated in the body, goes to hearts, pump, then goes to where various organs supply the oxygen. Like where there is a lymphatic system, which is a network of thin walled vessels. Okay, the vessels are filled with the lymph. Okay, the lymph is a fluid which is, of course, which is prepared by the filtration of plasma, and from this vessel with the help of lymph, the antigen if encaptured in the body is travel. Okay, the antigen presenting cells, that is B cells, if the beta B cells has fragment of antigen, fragment of bacteria, fragment of flagella on its surface, then what it is termed as? It is termed as the antigen presenting cell. So in this way, the antigen presenting cell, then what we can say that the lymphocytes, all they are antigen, they travel through this lymphatic vessels, they travel in the lymph through the lymphatic vessels, and the nodes which are distributed all over the body, they come in contact with the node. Therefore the node is very specialized secondary lymphoid organ. It is a main organ which regulate the immune response. So when you see the structure of this organ, here see this is the structure which is shown, that is encapsulated. Okay, so what do you mean by encapsulated? The formation of the capsule around the this one, that is a lymph node. The shape is bean shaped. Okay, here you are seeing this is a bean shaped structure. Most of the lymph node space is occupied by the, you can say that, the macrophages, lymphocytes and dendritic cells. Okay, so there is a network of stromal cells. So first, what it contains? It contains the stromal cell. Okay, then a large number of lymphocytes are present, macrophages are present in large number. Okay, so and stromal cells. This is a bean shaped structure. Okay, now when we consider the structure, it is divided into three parts. This is the capsule region. Okay, this is the region, and this is the innermost. The innermost region here, it is termed as the medulla. Okay, the innermost layer region is termed as the medulla. Now when you see the outermost region, what are the outermost region? This is termed as the outermost region. You can say that it is a capsule region, capsulated region, and this is the region, it is termed as the outer cortex. Okay, so this is the outer cortex, this is the inner medulla, and in between the region between the cortex and medulla, the region is termed as the paracortex. These are the three main parts. Remember the bean shaped structure, consists of lymphocyte, macrophage, stromal cells, even the dendritic cells are present. Divided into three parts. What is the outer is cortex, middle is medulla. In between the outer cortex and middle medulla layer, there is a layer which is termed as the cortex. You have seen here the two ends. Okay, here the in the diagram we have seen over there. So what is that? This is the afferent part. Afferent. Okay, so afferent lymphatics. Okay, afferent means incoming. There is an incoming in of lymph node, lymph. So lymph vessels which carry the lymph. So these are the lymph vessels, very tiny, and from the lymph vessels a lymph fluid is flowing, and in the lymph fluid there is antigen or antigen presenting cell. So they come across through this efferent lymphocytes into the income into the lymph node. Okay, efferent. Antigen come in contacts with this. The paracortex is also rich in T cells. Okay, and this in cortex region, these are termed as the follicles. Follicles is what? A small sac. Okay, if you see the exact definition of follicle, follicle is a small sacs, but this follicle is rich in beta cells. So there are two main area where the beta cell and T cells are rich, or the area which contain large number of T cells and B cells. So this is a structure of you can say that the so this cortex. So then what is the role of what cortex contains? Okay, so cortex contains the lymphocytes, what we had seen. Cortex contains the macrophages. Okay, and it also contains the dendritic cells. So all these cells are arranged in the follicles also. Okay, so follicles mainly reach in the beta cells, and besides this it contains the dendritic cells. Outer cortex, it contains the macrophages, and it contains the lymphocytes. Okay, so what medulla? What we had seen, the lymphatic lineage cells, lymphoid lineage cells in the hematopoietic stem cells. When we see had seen the progenitors. So lymphoid lineage cells are over there in the medulla. Okay, and that cells are responsible for the secreting actively beta cells. Means what? Plasma cells. Once beta cell is in mature form, okay, so when it will get activated, it will get converted into the active beta cell, and it turns into the active beta cells, and active beta cells are which is called as the plasma cell. Plasma cell, what is the function of plasma cell? It secretes the large number of antibodies in response to the antigen which is over there in the beta cells, and it also secretes the memory cells. Okay, so medulla is the area where this, that is the population of this active cell, active beta cells, is more as compared to the other side. Now, so this is the anatomical features of a lymph node. Again I am explaining. Bean shaped structure, capsulated, contains three parts: outer cortex, inner medulla. In between the cortex and medulla there is a paracortex. Okay, The outer cortex part is rich with the follicle contain beta cell. Besides this, the outermost this cortex contains dendritic cells, macrophages, and lymphocytes. Medulla is rich in the active beta cells. The paracortex is rich in the T cells. Okay. Now, when we consider that from where the antigen is coming, how it will how it goes, how it enters, that we are going to see over there. Okay. So what is the when you see the anatomy of this lymph node, what you can say that it provide a based environment. If you see, the most of the cells are present over here, so it provide a based environment where to for the encounter between the antigen and all lymphocytes, and it produce the cellular as well as the humoral response. Okay. Now, so what we had attained now, the these are the lymph vessels. The antigen presenting cells pass or travels through the lymph in the lymph vessels. Now, this antigen which come from the infected cell, now it enters first to the cortex, because outer membrane is what? Cortex. Okay. Through what it enters? But through what? Through this the afferent lymphatic vessel. What it is termed as? Afferent lymphatics or afferent lymphatic vessels. I have here also here show you that the antigen is entering from over here. Okay. So antigen which travels from the infected tissue from the lymph using the lymph vessels enters through the afferent lymphatitis, entrance through the afferent lymphatic vessels. These vessels, how they are? They are peers. They are there are some peer structure. There are some like structures from which it enter. The entire lymph node has a various site or at which these afferent lymphatics are present, at which the site is present from where the antigen can come in the lymph node. Okay. So this antigen come over here from this site. Okay. And that lymph which containing the antigen is enter in the lymph node. The antigen presenting cells are enter into the lymph node. Okay. Once it will come in contact in the lymph node, what we had seen, the lymph node are the structures which are rich in all these cells. Okay. Once it enters into the structure lymph node, this what is the form of antigen which enter? Antigen is either whole antigen, okay, or there is the antigen presenting cell, or antigen is a part of antigen which may be peptide, which may be amino acid sequence come from the flagella or come from the bacteria. Okay. Antigen is also present on the antigen presenting cell. Antigen is also present on the dendritic cells. Okay, so in this four way, the antigen from this lymph node can enter over here. Remember, either as a whole antigen, either antigen enter in the lymph node by the antigen presenting cell, Either antigen enter in the lymph node by these are in the form of parts of the antigen which are located on the dendritic cell or the some part. Okay. Uh, once if the antigen is enter in the cell, for example, you can say that this part of antigen is enter into the lymph node. Okay, so what I am telling you that this is a part of antigen, a peptide linkage which is enter into the lymph node. Now what happens if this enter, then it can be trapped by the beta cell or antigen presenting cell, and that beta cell get converted into the antigen presenting cell. Where it take place? It take place in the lymph node if a part of antigen like peptide or sequence of amino acids, then part of flagella, part of cell membrane enter in the lymph node. Remember? So, in this way, the antigen can enter from the lymph to the inside the lymph node, and it removed into the subcapsular region. Okay. Now, what you can say here, T cell reach in where they are present in the paracortex. Okay. Now, if the antigen presenting cell, now example for you say that antigen presenting cell enter into the lymph node. Okay, antigen presenting cell enter into the lymph node. Okay, now what is the next function of this? It find the T cells. Okay, so what is the function of T cell, or how the immune response will originate immediately? That is what T cell are C4 and C8, helper cell and toxic cell. Okay, if it encountered with this cytotoxic cell, immediately killing is observed, isn't it? If it come in contact with the helper cell, what is the scenario of the, if it come in contact with the helper cells which are present in the lymph node? Then there is the activation of the beta cell take place with the help of the T cell. See, this is the antigen presenting cell and this is the T cell C4. So receptor binding take place, C4 receptor binding take place, and this antigen binding take place. The main function is MHC glycoprotein. When a particular cell is infected with the antigen, the MHC glycoprotein which is over there, it reflect that, and therefore T helper cell can recognize this beta cell is what is termed as the antigen presenting cell. Yes, this cell communicate to other immune system. Yes, there is an antigen is present in the system, we have to work over there. Please activate me, and this T helper cell activate the beta cell, release the cytokines. That function we will see afterwards when we are going to see in detail. So this beta cell, antigen presenting cell, with the help of T helper cell, what is the final result? Beta cell are get activated, produce the plasma cell. Plasma cell secretes the antibodies, and these antibodies are in response to the antigen which is present on the B cell. And these antibodies now undergo the somatic hypermutation, so that large number of antibodies produced with for this antigen, and there is a killing. It is also goes to the production of memory cell. Similarly, these T helper cells are also responsible to generate the C or to develop the TH cells, cytotoxic cell, to kill the antigen presenting cell. Okay, so in this way the lymph node are over there.